Yeah, they're fully carpeted motorbikes. Pretty cool, huh? So Karahan Tepe, again, remember this is 500 years older at least than Göbekli Tepe. It's on the side of a hill, but it's also probably that, what do they say, like 10 times larger than, or 4 or 5 times larger than Göbekli Tepe. And it's actually really interesting in the way that there's a lot of bedrock work, a bit different to Göbekli Tepe in its nature. This sort of stuff, where they're carving these. This almost looks like a hotep to me, like an Egyptian hotep, just about. And then obviously you have this, these cut channels all over the place. But I don't know what was going on here, man. Some really interesting bedrock work, and then you have these giant T-pillars. And this is the room with the face. It's the face sticking up, and they say a lot of this is phallic, so it might be a fertility thing. Like this is all a bunch of dicks poking up out of the floor. I don't know, but it's all bedrock. Apart from this one, maybe it doesn't look like it's bedrock, but these are all bedrock poking up. And then we'll wait till we see it. So I love this sort of stuff. So what you can see, note the discoloration on the stone, right? So you see this line, everything's like this grey above it and the dirt colour on the bottom. This is what's been poking up out of the ground for thousands of years. These, obviously, the grey colour, grey and black with the mould. You can see the original level of the dirt. These little tops are everywhere on this site. You can just walk around and see circles of T-pillars, just the tops of them, poking up out of the dirt. It's at least 500 years older than Göbekli Tepe. Probably, I'm sure it's older. This is the head here, and then there's a look at path you can crawl through here. There's alignments that have to do with this. Like there's a passage that goes through here. Certain time of the year, the light shines through this and hits the face on the equinox or whatever. Andrew Collins figured it out. So this is what's interesting to me. See these sort of broken up rocks on the ground here? These were giant T-pillars, or pillars of some form. And look at the erosion on them. Like these are busted up and broken up, and they've clearly fallen down. Just severely eroded, but these were original structures. And this is a giant big bedrock cut platform.
Yeah, that's so small.
Yeah. Cheers, man. Later. You can see they're actively digging up this site. But again, you can see the line of the T-pillars too, like. Yeah, up on top of the hill, I'm sure. The wildflowers are beautiful. This is just where they're digging out more. They just haven't dug down very far. There's probably big platforms like that. Like this is just the bottom of a T-pillar. We don't know how deep it is. Another one here. And so here's off to the side. This is off on just random side of the hill here. These are all T-pillars poking up. For sure. And look at I just love the colours of this too. Like, it was so beautiful up here. This is a broken T-pillar poking up out of the ground. There's another one. You can see the work surface on the side. This is a circle of them one. It's like 1, 2, 3. There's a couple of them here. There's another circle over here that goes this way. Whole other circle there. Crooker! Thank you so much for the 15 months, man. And all the support. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. You guys are great. So you can see like there's 2 circles of T-pillars just on this hill. It's a little hot tub here. So here's another, this is like a T-pillar with an arm. Although it has a few too many fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10 fingers on that hand. 9, 8, 9 or 10, something like that. But same thing, it's almost like a praying mantis arms, like goes this way, that way, this way, this way, that way, this way, and then same on the other side here. Too many fingers. They say this was a house. Again, you can see the top of this, what was exposed originally. So just imagine those other spots where you just see that little bit of grey rock on top. You've probably got something like this beneath it. That's Karahan. Circular stones, like these bathtubs, a whole bunch of these different type of round stones were here. This is a flattened out, this is a fallen massive T-pillar. Actually, no, I think this is bedrock right here, but that's like a leopard. It's hard to see. It's like a stylized leopard with those dots. You see these leopards on the sides of things. That's just down there. You see these bedrock shapes here all had heads on them. They were anthropomorphic with heads, and the heads have all been taken to the museums. They were either broken off or they were already broken. But here's your big T-pillars that were laying down that are busted up and extremely eroded and just broken in all these multiple pieces. Here's another leopard. You see the head, the body, the tail. This is a leopard. So where you have foxes at Göbekli Tepe, leopards seem to have a deal over here. There's another leopard back here with the dots. It's like a circuit, like a weird shaped stone as well. More pieces just laying out in the bush. Excuse me. Yeah, a lot more bedrock work here, which is hard to do. Yeah, another leopard there. Maybe another one here. There's something carved on these originally. There's our head. Alright, let me skip forward to all these dots in the ground. That's the guy, that's Ramazan and the main man who's excavating the area. This is out in that field of T-pillars. It's a good one of George, like you see the T-pillar cut here. This is like just a T-pillar on its side. Then we found T-pillars all the way up to this, all through this field over here, like the tops of them, up to this donga that's up in the background over George's shoulder. There's some sheep out there too. And yeah, pretty clearly a T-pillar. Modelled and scanned? I don't think so. I think what they're trying to do, what their plan is to try and scan it with ground-penetrating radar and acoustic techniques to try and map it out, and then only dig the sites where they see either the really big stuff or whatever. They're not going to dig it all up because it's humongous. Over the back side of this, and again, more T-pillars poking up out of the place. This is the quarry. So this is a T-pillar that's in a quarry around the side of the hill. Sort of over over this side to the left of Dakota here is where the main excavation is. But this is probably 30 tons. This is a big piece of stone, and you can see how they were sort of shaping it and trying to get it down to this kind of natural crack in the bottom to get this thing out, but it's still stuck in the quarry. It would have been quite an effort to get this thing out and move it. He did. I ended up coming down here 3 times over the 3 weeks I was there.
Okay.
We came out here one day on the day off in between the tours, and then I just found tons of like worked flints everywhere, all over the place here. Hey, bro. $100. Damn. Thank you so much, man. You get back from your adventure too? I want to hear about your adventure at some point too. Thank you so much for $100, man. That was that's epic, dude. Thank you. And then we walked. You go up over the back hill here, and there's all these Neolithic caves. So this is looking at the hill with Karahan. The excavations here on the left, and then the quarries like over here, where that big quarried pillar is. And then on the other side of this and to the left of it, there's T-pillars everywhere. There's probably T-pillars all under this area here as well. This whole area is probably full of that stuff. It was breezy too. This day was breezy. I did fly around this for the last act. There's no way I was flying my drone on this. Just an idea of the landscape, like the limestone hills that are everywhere. Yeah, I know. Sorry, bro. Snaky grass, but we got into like some caves. There's these Neolithic caves. Actually bigger than you think they are too.
It does, yeah.
Grazing land for them. There's certainly grazing out there. I mean, I think in the rest of a lot of the year it's probably very brown. Like it probably goes brown pretty rapidly.
Yeah.
Some of these are like 2-room apartments down in here. Pretty cool.
Yeah, big cave.
Caves back in there. You got to imagine like this, literally Neolithic in origins.
Don't worry. We have a tea for you.
It's like a foundation or a quarry or something. It was all cut out. It's really strange. These are the caves on the hill near Karahan. And then this is a quarry that we found on the map. And we went out here and looked at it. It's not modern. It may be Roman. But it's 100% like pretty old. Like there's a lot of quarrying work that's been done in here, just the way it's been built. And in fact, let's switch over to some drone stuff for this, because I know I have it. No, this is the Jethro place again. This is it here. So this is nothing on this map. There's nothing on the map to sort of talk about what this place is. It's definitely an ancient quarry, but it may just be a Roman quarry too. Like a limestone quarry. There's a lot of erosion in a lot of places. And there's actually, like, you see the cuts in some of the blocks. We did did take some pictures of it. I can change it. Here's a better song. It's like my all-time favorite. And Göbekli Tepe is just up over here. In fact, I think that's it over there with the enclosure. You can see the enclosure there. Yeah, you can. So it's not far from Göbekli Tepe. And down in this forest here as well, there's actually a big T block in a T pillar in like in a quarry that nobody knows about, and that Ramazan had a photo of, and that was about the only thing. Don't even think the main archaeologist at the site knew about it. Ramazan and his buddy found it. And I think they've since fenced off that area, so they probably know about it now. But
UnchartedX is a great channel.
He gets deep into this stuff, Joe.
I'm sure he does. His YouTube channel is incredible.
there's definitely a lot going on here. The stash. That's Colin Ross's dad.
I don't twist my time.
Which drone am I using? This is Mavic Mini. I just took the little mini one with me.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Thank you, Tracy. You've got sharp eyes and beautiful earlobes.
Thank you, guys. I love this little drone, man. I'll probably get one of the new ones eventually because this is only 2.7K. I think the new minis do 4K. But it's 2.7 at 60, so DJI Geolock in Turkey. I mean, I didn't have any problems with it. You can't fly everywhere. Like Ramazan would call and tell everyone. Like he'd have to call the authorities and say, "We're going to fly some drones out here." We weren't supposed to go out here. Like he was a little worried about us getting caught out at this site. This is, again, not an official site. Just you can see where locals have come out and they've been digging, looking for stuff. But it's yeah. I mean, this was a really interesting site. And we eventually brought, I think, a bunch of people here. Dude, yeah, that's the thing. That you really get that sense in this whole region. It must have been pretty densely populated. There are so many sites all over the place. And you know, at Karahan they found crocodile bones, leopard bones, bear bones. So it would have also been forested. So, you know, this is, again, these sites date back to right in the middle of the Younger Dryas. So evidently there would have been some significant climate change that shifted the whole ecosystem. But it was entirely different. And everywhere you look to, there's like dry riverbeds, a lot of that sort of stuff going on. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff's been looted, yeah. Chat keeps dropping out in the middle of the Pacific. You're on a ship in the middle of the Pacific. That sounds tough. For some reason, I picked Kyle as my target here the whole time. I do like this little shot. I was testing like the modes. It's like it has these droney shots. Like this one, it highlights the person and keeps them in the center, and then it'll do like this expanding spiral, which I think this is actually a really cool shot right here. Just that pan out. So cool. We had 3 drone warriors. It's me and Chris and Russ were standing around flying drones. Drone racing footage? No. I was definitely zooming around at some points. We'll see if I have any of that. I literally haven't looked at any of this footage yet. This is it. You're seeing it now. Just the fact this is so close to Göbekli Tepe. I think that's it over there. Yeah, that is it over there. You can see the white of the enclosure. Left Tahiti yesterday on the way to Hawaii. Ah. I'm sure there were trees here. There must have been, given there were leopards and bears. There was definitely foliage in this area. What else we got? There's Russ's drone. Yeah, it should be an intro. I'm going to have to go through this a bit more carefully and find some shots and stuff to use. I hope you all enjoyed that video. I'm trying to make these things a bit more of a regular upload to my second channel here, the UnchartedX live channel. So please do consider subscribing to this channel. That really helps me out. Big thanks to Dub Selector for taking the time to edit these videos. Very much appreciate his help on this. Also, if you want to catch me live over on Twitch, I am streaming 2-3 times a week. I generally announce when I'm going to stream in my Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, take a look below in the comments. There'll be a link to the Discord. And if you like the work that I'm doing, please do consider supporting the channel through the value for value model. There's lots of ways that you can support the work that I'm doing. It's all outlined on my website. It's unchartedx.com/support. We'll catch you in the next one.